Greetings to my team of 144, and all Starseeds, Lightworkers, and Wayshowers. It is 1126-2019, November 26, 2019. Happy, powerful new moon in Sagittarius. Many intense waves coming in today. We had another beautiful day here in Ohio. It's around 60 degrees. I had the opportunity this afternoon to throw on some moccasins and go for an amazing nature walk. As many cloud ships came in, hundreds of cloud ships, and upon walking through the woods with the beautiful green, emerald green moss, and I found some amazing golden mushrooms. Another beautiful day, and another day of the matrix revealing itself, this dream being revealed through these synchronicities. Today was kin 137, the 37 was coming through all day, along with the 144, the code of the 144, and the energy of the 144 Oversoul tribe. Today, this afternoon, I picked up my nephew from his school, and on the front of the school was they have a huge monument of Johnny Appleseed. And if you don't know, Johnny Appleseed was John Chapman, born September 26, 1774 to March 18, 1845. He was a pioneer of conservation, and he was known for planting apple trees all over Pennsylvania, Ontario, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. So it made me see part of the vision of the Healing Retreat Center and Sustainable Community in Ecuador, with the beautiful orchards of fruit trees, many different fruit trees growing. And someone wanted to know why I chose Ecuador, and it's been a vision of mine for over 10 years. And that's just the synchronicities and what my higher self is showing me. And this is just a blueprint. Of course, these communities, these rainbow tribes, these healing centers will be all over this realm. But the blueprint, the original manifestation I am seeing is in Ecuador for this particular type of healing community, healing retreat, sustainable community. So we have to start somewhere, and that is where my visions have been directing me and my team. And underneath this big object of monument of Johnny Appleseed planting an apple tree made me think of the Great Spirit planting the star seeds all over this realm for this great awakening. And underneath, on the door, underneath this Johnny Appleseed was the big number 37 in white 37. Today being the 137, which we'll get into later in this transmission about it, the powerful day and the dream spell journey on the Fibonacci sequence. That those of you that have been following this channel for a while know that I talk a lot about the 37 and the 73, 37 being earth or external, and 73 being heaven, the internal, the kingdom of heaven within. So we say the 73 into the 37 on earth as it is in heaven, meaning manifesting our pure heart awareness, or what some may say, bringing heaven to earth, or bridging heaven to earth, merging heaven and earth through this omega sequence, what some are calling the end of linear time, or the transformation. All ends create new beginnings. So this is the beginning of manifesting new earth through these final omega points, omega sequences. Today on the Schumann resonance, it was another day of 20 hertz. But there was a strange anomaly on the charts, which I'll post at the end of this video, of these blackout lines, blackouts. And today, around 3:33 p.m., I went into a blackout mode as I went deep, down into the void, into the emptiness, into the stillness, and spent about an hour in that void. And that was after the hike I went on. So I was anchoring different codes, new upgrades and downloads were coming in today. So let us know in the comments what you experienced today. Also, a major earthquake in Albania, a 6.4. And that's the 64 code, the 64 code of the matrix, the 64 codons of the DNA. And also many other earthquakes. 4.4 in Argentina, the 44. at 175 kilometers depth. That was very deep, 44.7 in Indonesia, and then several in Mexico, East Tapa, a 4.5 magnitude. So these are all around, many of these are on that ring of fire in the Pacific. Also, several more uprisings around this realm. One in Mexico City, which is synchronic with these earthquakes in Mexico. The uprising was for the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and to protest the country's high levels of gender-based violence. So over 3,000 women marched in Mexico City. Then we also had big protest in Berlin today, I think for austerity measures. Obviously more anti-government protests all over this realm, or anti-corruption we should say. So just more signs of this great awakening that's happening and all things being revealed. Today we begin our transmission from Terry Wade, The Leap into the Fifth Dimension. Do you remember me from our first days in Lemuria? Back then we were just light bodies. Many of us lived within the now, the present, until Earth's resonance fell in vibration into the lower dimensions. When Earth fell into the fourth, then the third dimensions, our light body hid in our increasingly dense form. Now your light body is hidden inside your costume of flesh. Your light body is awaiting the birth of the merging of the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. You don't realize this, but all three of these dimensions have always existed together on this plane within the physical reality on Earth. When you merge with the fourth and fifth dimensions, you cannot deny these higher worlds anymore. The ones that continue to live in this third dimensional reality who resist this higher vibration will call you illogical and worse, but those people will eventually deal with those consequences. What's happening is higher perceptions are going to become more normal, and the so-called logical ones still living in 3D will be recognized as being limited to what's right in front of them. These logical ones who are coming from such a limited reality will not be able to accept the shift. They will not believe that it is possible, therefore their perceptions will not be calibrated to perceive the fifth or even the fourth layer of reality. Since these logical ones will not allow themselves to see the fifth, they will not notice that the reality is changing. This is because their limited perceptions will separate them from this new reality when the dimensions merge. These logical ones live through fear. They fear that inside voice not being right because they've been programmed to believe an outside source to be the voice of reason, when that is all an illusion. They are afraid to make that leap from their guidance from an outside source to their inner guidance because of their fear of not being able to continue their survival in this physical reality. They fear that inner voice is wrong and the outer world is right. My dear physical one, I wish to tell you that it is fear that has blocked your forward movement. However, you are part of a group that is here to assist Earth in its planetary ascension. Most of you who have chosen to listen to that inner voice have also chose to ignore that voice of ego. Basically, you need to be able to trust yourself enough to reveal yourself. That means you are coming to the awareness of your role. Soon the memories of having the fear of you entering into your physical body from your light body will happen. You don't remember now, but you will recall the terror when you entered your third dimensional body. We are now reversing the transformation, but unfortunately fear is always involved with change. Remember, the human species has been through devolution and evolution. And those memories of those past lives and deaths are all encoded in your DNA. All these memories are beginning to surface due to this frequency shift. The remainder of your third dimensional life is very short, and I know many of you know this. This light that you see before you begins as just a speck, and the more you walk towards it, it gets brighter and brighter. When this fifth dimensional light shines within your physical body, you can feel how the layers of vibrations merge with that fifth dimensional outer layer of your physical body, which is kind of like a nebula cloud around you. And within those layers is your fourth dimensional self. Remember, your fourth dimensional form shapeshifts and morphs in and out of those realities like a dream. The fourth dimension is like a bridge between a very dense form of reality and a very high vibrational existence. I call it the preparation stage for this immense leap in our evolution. The process of surrender is allowing the fourth and fifth dimensional frequencies to slowly integrate while in physical form. This has never happened before in such a dense physical body. Hence, what was once very dense is now being infused with finer vibratory frequencies. Eventually, every cell and atom in your body will vibrate in tandem with your fifth dimensional self. Heaven. This is from Terry Wade. And from Nick Anthony Fiorenza, the November 26, 2019 lunar cycle, ending an era at the head of the Scorpion and the hand Ophiuchus. This November 26, 2019 lunar cycle occurs amongst the potent and passion-inducing stars of the Scorpion, the totem of transformation, metamorphosis, death, and rebirth, and under the auspices of Ophiuchus. The Scorpion impels us to rid ourselves of the poisons, physical, emotional, mental, and environmental, that keeps us from self-mastery and illumination. Ophiuchus, the serpent holder, is the overseer of the Scorpion and delineates the mastery of the metamorphic process the Scorpion represents. This lunar cycle and the personal transformation it impels demarcates the ending of an era, and it's the precursor to the final new moon of the decade and the rare December Jupiter Sagittarius eclipse lunar cycle, which is the cycle in which we begin the 2020 societal reset, catalyzed by the Ceres, Saturn-Pluto, Chariklo conjunction square to Eris and the start of the new Saturn-Pluto 34-year cycle, which occurs on the January 10, 2020 lunar eclipse. The new moon conjoins Shuba and the additional stars forming the head of the Scorpion, Yed, the hand of death of Ophiuchus, the stars forming the head of Lupus, the Circinus, X1 black hole, X-ray source, and the stars of the chameleon in the far southern heavens. Shuba and the stars forming the Scorpion's head impel a graduation in consciousness. They impel us to take responsibility for our life experience, our actions, and their results, rather than placing blame for our life experience outside of ourselves in a state of victim consciousness, which perpetuates our repetitive patterns and a sense of entrapment in the world around us, entrapped in the clutches of the Scorpion. Ophiuchus, who stands over the Scorpion, is the exemplar of one who has attained self-mastery over the raw, creative forces of life. Yed, the hand holding the serpent coiled around the body of Ophiuchus. This is a small excerpt from a larger synopsis of this lunar month, which can be found on the Lunar Planner homepage of lunarplanner.com. And from today from Pars Kute, the new moon represents the start of a fresh new cycle, a chance for us to wipe the slate clean and set forth on a new chapter. Life is filled with opportunities to begin again, to try something new, to do things differently, and this is exactly what this November new moon will be bringing into our lives. Falling on the 26th in the sign of Sagittarius, this is an abundant new moon that brings opportunities to start over, to reach further, and to rework areas of our lives that have grown stale or become unwelcome. Since the powerful and heavy October 27th new moon last month, we have all been working hard to release and work through our fears. With Mercury in retrograde, things from our past may have also paid us a visit, or we may have had to confront something that challenged and pushed us. Since this time, we have all been guided to reach deep and to rise into a new strength and a new power. Take a moment to identify what this has been for you. Take a moment to honor your lunar journey and to think about all you have achieved and all you have accomplished. Whatever has come, you have made it through. Whatever has been is now in the past. And as we welcome the dark Sagittarius moon, it is time for us to turn our attention to the next chapter. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by the centaur, aiming its arrow into the sky. The centaur is a half-horse, half-man, and is a natural healer. It holds a wisdom that it has inherited across many lifetimes and across many realms of the galaxy. This wisdom allows it to aim its arrow in the direction that always supports its highest growth. Under the Sagittarius new moon, we can all tap into this energy with ease. We can all tap into the intuitive wisdom that lives within and know the right way to direct our arrow. The Sagittarius new moon is also abundant and has the power to bring new opportunities or new information to the surface. We may also experience a shift of some kind or see these shifts playing out on the world stage or even through Mother Nature. Some of this information may be confronting to hear or may trigger out our fear of change, but if we pause and tune into our own innate wisdom, we will always know which direction to aim our arrow. While we may not have any control over where exactly our arrow will land, we do get to choose the direction to which we send it, and that choice is a power that we will all get to exercise as we begin this new moon cycle. Whatever comes our way, know that there is also protective energy as well. While things may shake, the Sagittarius moon sends protection and the opportunity to see the world from a new vantage point. There are no wrong choices in this life, only lessons and growth. And just like the moon, we get the chance to begin again, to rise again, and to be reborn again. There is a healing quality to this November new moon that will also be our guide. This healing quality asks that we accept ourselves, love ourselves, but more importantly, forgive ourselves. We must forgive ourselves for all we have done or not done. We must forgive ourselves for our perceived failures. Forgive ourselves for our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. You are worthy of this forgiveness, and giving it to yourself, especially under this new moon, can free you for the new opportunities that will follow. It is never too late to change direction. It is never too late to try again. It is never too late to do things differently and see where it may take you. Enjoy the November new moon for all that it offers and all that it brings, for it is actually the last new moon of the year. Next month in December, instead of a new moon, we experience a solar eclipse. This solar eclipse is powerful and signifies the opening of a portal, but more on that next month. Allow the vibrations of the November new moon to wash over you. Spend time in quiet reflection and don't shy away from the dark. Instead, embrace it as an opportunity to start fresh and to paint the world in your own colors. Load your bow and arrow and point it nice and high, for as the cliche saying goes, aim for the moon, because even if you miss, you will land among the stars. From Tanaz, shared by Pars Kute, and from Elizabeth Peru. Have you noticed an acceleration of energy and situations over the past 24 hours? Have you needed to be direct and explain yourself clearly, staying true to your goal as you wondered why it couldn't have run more smoothly? There's a cosmic reason for this. Right now, the moon is becoming dark and new, and all is not as it seems. And from the keeper of the diamond light codes, white diamond fire of purifications and wisdom, on this new moon, let's plant seeds of liquid light encoded with our deepest desires, and then surrender it to the divine order and divine timing within the divine plan of perfection. New moon portal, invocation, activation. I say yes to being showered with this powerful light blessings of white diamond fire of purifications and wisdom daily. I, say your name, see myself in this miracle light shower daily while I unblock old dense energy. This daily light blessing will support me in attracting even more blessings into my life as I go through these extraordinary life upgrades. As I, say your name, step into the new moon portal, I release all lower vibrational energies from my energy field. I, say your name, invoke the highest light, the platinum, gold, and diamond rays to pass through every atom, cell, electron within this form of mine, flowing through, filling and renewing every cell of my body and mind right now, only leaving my true essence. Millions of new light blessings embraces every part of my being, and so it is. Pass it on, keeper of the diamond light codes. And below this video in the description, I have a link to this invocation and the other transmissions on primedisclosure.com. Leap into the fifth dimension. So you can click that link for this invocation. And today from Tortuga 1320 Planet Art, the golden angle, kin 137, and the spirit that dwells at the center of the earth, NS1.31.9.5, kin 137, 7 earth. The golden angle happens when you break up a circle so that the ratio of the big arc to the little arc is the golden ratio. It's like taking the line definition of the golden ratio and wrapping it into a circle. green is to red as red is to blue. The resulting angle is the golden angle, and if you do the math, you find that the angle is about equal to 137.5 degrees. 57310. This angle is of special interest for our research today as it serves as the analog frequency of kin 137, 7 Earth, the number that codes the spirit that dwells at the center, 7, of the Earth, also known as Lord A-Vuk-Ti-Kab, positioned also on the central mystic column of the Zolkin. The numbers 13 and 7 are also perfectly encoded within the Fibonacci spiral and the wave spell structure. How is this? The Fibonacci sequence, present in all of nature, is also embedded into the wave spell structure. Within the progression of the first 13 Fibonacci numbers, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, and 144, we can notice that the number 13 corresponds to the 7th position. This reaffirms the sacred geometrical relationship between the 7 and the 13 as the basic, elegant mathematical principle behind the cosmology of time. 4, 7, 7, 13. Astrophysicists have calculated based on the best available information that the age of the universe is 13.7 billion years old. The 137, 37 into the 73. The golden angle, a turning point in nature. The golden angle is very important if you are a plant. If you're a plant, you have leaves spread all around your stem and you want them to soak up as much sun as possible. So when you sprout a new leaf, you don't want it to block your other leaves. You want to set it apart by some angle. But you're a plant, so you don't have a brain, so you want to make it easy on yourself by using the same angle every time you sprout a new leaf. As it turns out, the best way to minimize the overlap of your leaves is to use the golden angle. Kin 137, a turning point for Earth. Kin 137, 7 Earth marks the exact midpoint of the 13-day wave spell of the monkey that started on March 4th, 2019. Kin 131, 1 monkey. This day at the entrance into the core of the mystic column with the galactic matrix of 260 days was marked by an announcement of great prophetic significance at the archaeological site of Chichen Itza, home of the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. The discovery of the cave system known as Balamku, or Jaguar God, was announced by Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History in a press conference held in Mexico City. The time and space coordinates of this groundbreaking discovery are then in direct resonance with the Telektonon prophecy of Pakal Votan, the Earth Spirit speaking tube. As mentioned before, Kin 137 has also marked important turning points events for the consciousness of the planet. Today marks the completion of 739 Zolkins since the arrival of Christopher Columbus to America on October 12th, 1492. Kin 137, 28 Zolkins since the release of the movie The Matrix on March 31st, 1999. Kin 137, 3 Zolkins, 780 days since the current U.S. President took office on January 20th, 2017. Kin 137. Kin 137 codes these 3 archetypal events that are entrained through resonance. A good opportunity for telepathic redemption in time, where time is art. And from the Zolkin times, the red resonant earth. Resonant is the name for the number 7, and its keywords are attune, inspire, and channel. We are right in the middle of the blue monkey wave spell, and finally well clear of the intense feeling in between the 2 portal day columns. It's not over yet, mind you. When we are on top of the next column, red spectral dragon, the intensity will transform into awesomeness. This is the 3rd wave spell of the notorious blue western castle of burning. The last wave spell is Yellow Seed, which also contains 10 portal days, but it is more rewarding than intense, in my personal opinion. The seed yields a cornucopia harvest, and many good things come out of it. And what about the 7th day of the monkey? Fine-tune your intuition today is the vital message here. Be still and listen for instructions. Today is red earth, which represents evolution, synchronicity, and navigation. These instructions that are waiting for you, if you can tune into the right frequency, will lead you to evolve. Navigation is about steering yourself in the right direction. Once you have understood these instructions, again use your intuition, and you'll know just what to do. And from Christina Papagiorgio, Red Resonant Earth, Kin 137, 26 November 2019, 26/11/2019 equal 823, 13 and 4. 26 Empowerment through compassion. 8 Abundance, infinity, flow, in breath, out breath. 4 Foundation, structure, base, angelic. 11 Portal, duality, doorway, partnership. Kin 137 equal 11 code. A much more yin feminine today, attuning to the earth magic of our Pachamama. Day 7 in the blue monkey wave spell of magic, joy, bliss, play, merriment, and a return to innocence. Today we are asked to slow down, listen, and attune to the synchronicities which lead us to greater magic and bliss. Today's question is, how can I attune to the synchronicities leading to the flow of more magic and bliss on my path forwards? Divine blessings for attaining magical resonance with the bliss codes of Pachamama today. And from the Dream Spell Journey by Volum Votan and Bolognic, Kin 137, the resonant channel of synchronicity. Today's Kin 137, Resonant Earth, 7 Earth, marks the center resonant chamber of the blue monkey wave spell. 6 + 1 + 6 = 13. Therefore the power of 7 rules all the galactic tones of today's oracle. 7 + 7 + 7 + 7. Today's Kin 137 marks 740 Zolkin since the arrival of Christopher Columbus to America on October 12, 1492, Kin 137. From the Galactic Maya prophetic perspective, Kin 137 is an analog frequency of the golden angle of 137.5 degrees. The Kin 137 codes the spirit that dwells at the center of the earth, otherwise known as Lord Avuk Tikab, a kin that is precisely positioned at the central mystic column 7 of the Zolkin. Kin 137 is a mirror of the ancestral Maya sign 7 Kab-An, 7 Earth, a clear sign of the white wedding of the Maya king Pakal and the queen Zakbu of Lakama, Palenque, on the spring equinox date of 20 March 626, equivalent to Kin 1, magnetic dragon in the dream spell count. Jose Volum Votan met Lloydine Bolognic on Kin 1, magnetic dragon, right on his 42nd birthday, 21 + 21, on 24 January 1981. 2 years later, they also had their white wedding on the equinox date of 21 September 1983. Note, by the time VV and BI met and married, the information of the white wedding of Pakal and Zakbu was unknown. Therefore, the synchronic order was working them. In the ancestral Maya real time, today is 13 Chu-Wen, 13 monkey, which is equivalent to Kin 91, cosmic 13 monkey in the dream spell count. Therefore, tone 7 of the monkey wave spell in the dream time synchronizes with tone 13 of the monkey seal in real time. This interesting synchronization between tone 7 in the dream time and tone 13 in the real time has been occurring since the last leap year in 2016. It will last conclude on the next one in 2020. 1919, precisely Kin 91, mirror of 13 Chu-Wen, in the current solar galactic rotation of Jose Volum Votan since the last commemoration of his birthday on 24th January 2019. Kin 91 is 19 inverted, and it exactly transcends the wave spell of Seal 19, Kin 79, the same wave spell that guided Volum's ascension on Kin 89, 1111, considering that we are also transversing the wave spell 11 of Seal 11, which is coded 1111 as Volum's Kin 11, then it is a divine synchronization with the reflection of the white wedding of the twin archetypes Pakal and Zakbu of the Maya real time. 26 November 2019, NS 1.32.5.12 112, Kin 137, Red Resonant Earth. The mantra for the day, the code is, I channel in order to evolve. Inspiring synchronicity, I seal the matrix of navigation with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of universal water. Harmonic 35, planetary matrix, self-regulate, universal fire of manifestation. And there you have it, beloved beings of light. Let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing through these event energies, through this great awakening process, or what we call the Ascension process. Let us know what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, the synchronicities, your visions. I appreciate everyone that is commenting and sharing these transmissions with your people. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click the subscribe button below the video and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on our future updates. I'd also like to thank everyone that is joining me on this mission for the Healing Retreat Center and Sustainable Community in Ecuador. Part of the vision has been showing us that on the sacred land there will be a sacred grotto, a sacred cave, and holy waters of a natural hot springs. So if you know in southern Ecuador of any land for sale that includes a sacred cave and a natural hot springs, please send us the information to info@primedisclosure.com, and we'll be updating you in the future as this mission transpires. So you can learn more on primedisclosure.com and click Tao de Ecuador Healing Retreat Center at the top of the page. So thank you for joining me today, angelic being of light. I love you all. Namaste.